Hey everybody, welcome back to Brainiac Baseball's 1984 Detroit Tigers season replay. Today's matchup is between the Detroit Tigers and the Chicago White Sox at Comiskey Park. On the mound for the Tigers today is Danny Jackson, whose record is 2-2 with a 3.79 ERA. And pitching for the White Sox today is Reggie Patterson, whose record is 2-1 with a 5.79 ERA. Okay, we had, I would say, one of the more exciting games of the season. It was a back and forth with the White Sox yesterday as the White Sox walked it off 11-10 in 11 innings. George Brett had a 6 RBI game. I hate to have a game like that go to waste. I feel like a couple of times we had the game under control. But our bullpen, maybe for the first time all year, just could not get it done. Brian Kelly started. He didn't even make it through 2 innings. I have some concerns about him. And in retrospect, I kind of wish that I would have let him just take the beating and balloon his ERA up to whatever the game thinks it should be at so that we could get some good starts from him down the road. It's almost like you got to sacrifice someone for the greater good of the team, and that would have been a good time for Brian Kelly to take one for the team, but it just didn't work out that way, and because of that, the whole entire bullpen got clobbered. So we lost that one. It was our first loss in a while. It broke our 11-game winning streak. We're 22-4 for the month, which is pretty solid, but if you look at the standings, you'll see that Boston just keeps winning, and they did gain a game on us yesterday. So I am still feeling a little bit concerned about where we are in the standings with how many games to go. But we are 4 games away from completing the month of August. At the end of the month, following the game on the 31st, we will have a standings and league leaders summary video. It'll be the last summary video until we get to the end of the year. So we'll take a look at the leaders and see if there are any Tigers that are in the top 10 in the categories that could possibly, maybe Terry Kennedy win the batting title. It's an outside possibility. I mean, he's going up against Wade Boggs. That's what's going to be challenging. So let's get today's game started. As always, I appreciate everyone following along, like and or subscribe to the channel. Both teams have youngsters pitching today. Both are number 5 starting pitchers. We got Danny Jackson on the mound. Now, we did have 4 pitchers in the bullpen that were listed as tired because of the overusage of yesterday's game. So I sent one of our pitchers, Gumpy Gumpert, down, and we recalled Frank LaCourte, who was in the minors on a minor league deal. You'll see he pitched okay for us in the short time we were using him earlier in the year. So Tom Hankey, Paul Gibson, and Dave Rozema will not be available today. So that means Dave Smith will get the save opportunity if it comes to that. We got 2 righties and 2 lefties in the bullpen. If Danny Jackson does not have a good game, he's going to definitely take one for the team today. Here's our lineup versus Reggie Patterson, who is a right-hander. It's our lineup versus righties. Sweet Lou and Willie Wilson are both listed as tired, so they'll get the days off. Doug Baker will get a start at second base. And, of course, Kevin Bass is in there in center field. Okay, let's take a look at the official Tigers lineup rundown. Batting leadoff and playing left field is Kirk Gibson. Batting second at shortstop is Alan Trammell. Batting third at third base is George Brett. Batting cleanup and catching is Terry Kennedy. Batting fifth at first base is Kenny Smith. Batting sixth and Bass. Batting seventh and DHing is Jim Dwyer. Batting eighth in right field is Glenn Wilson. And batting ninth is the second baseman, Dougie Baker. Okay, Reggie Patterson making his 6th start of the year. 2-1 with a 5.79 ERA. More walks than strikeouts, the same as Danny Jackson. So 23K in 28 innings pitched this year. Opponents are batting .270 against him. His fastball tops out at 95 miles an hour. It's pretty damn impressive. Ground ball percentage is 45.6%. His fastball is his best pitch, really his only good pitch. It's rated in 93. Overall, a 79 rating. The 25-year-old right-hander is arbitration eligible in 1987. Let's take a look at his last start. He made a start versus the A's. He went 4 2/3, giving up 5 runs on 5 hits, walking 6. So not particularly good. Here's the defense for the White Sox. They got Rusty KUNTZ in center field today. Good to see Rusty back in there. Otherwise, everybody else is at their regular position. Okay, Gibby leading off versus Reggie Patterson. 3-0 count, and Gibson will take a walk. We've got the leadoff guy on. We're going to hit and run instead of steal a base here. Let's get some pressure on Reggie Patterson right out of the gate. And a base hit to right field. Gibby will go to third. And it's first and third. Nobody out. And George Brett keep the pressure on with another hit and run. An 0-1 count to Brett. That's a ground ball to second. Gibson will score as Trammell advances to second, and it's 1-0 Detroit, just like that. Give Brett another RBI. He's on a tear right now. In fact, let's take a look. That's 69. And in his last 20, he's got 23 RBI after that 6 RBI day yesterday. 23 in his last 20 games. Pretty incredible. Okay, here is Terry Kennedy. He was 1 for 5 yesterday. His average is at .335, and he'll take a walk. That will potentially set up a double play for Kenny Smith, who has completely fallen off the map. Average down to .265, 21 home runs, a 2-0 count, and a perfect tailor-made double play. Oh, he's going to beat it out at least. We'll take it. Give Kevin Big Hit Bass a chance. Bass had a home run in the top of the 9th inning yesterday. There were 7 total home runs between the teams. And he had the home run that tied the ball game, sent us into extra innings. And a base hit to center for Bass. Trammell scores. Smith goes to third. It is 2-0 Detroit. Early on, Tigers looking good as Patterson's been all over the map. Here's Jim Dwyer. Dwyer had the day off yesterday. 3-1 count and a hot shot to first. And there's out number 3. So the Tigers, just like yesterday, put a 2 spot on the board. We go to the bottom of the first. Let's take a look at the White Sox lineup rundown. Batting leadoff, playing center field, is Rusty KUNTZ. Batting second at second base is Johnny Ray. Batting third at shortstop is Dale SVEUM. Batting cleanup and catching is Joel Skinner. Batting fifth at first base is Sap RANDALL. Batting sixth in left field is Ron Kittle. Batting seventh at third base is Tim HULETT. Batting eighth and DHing is Rod Allen. And batting ninth in right field is Chris Bourjos. Danny Jackson getting the start today, his 8th of the year. He's 2-2 with a .379 ERA. More walks than strikeouts, 16K in 35 2/3 innings pitched. Opponents are batting .211 against him. His fastball tops out at 89 miles an hour, but his slider is his out pitch, rated in 88. The slider is an 80, overall rated in 88. The 22-year-old left-hander is arbitration eligible in 1987. He's coming off a decent start. He went 6 1/3, giving up 1 run on 1 hit and 2 walks, striking out 3 against the Angels to get his 2nd win of the year. Let's take a look at our defense. As always, it's solid everywhere. Kevin Bass in center field and Dougie Baker at second base. Okay, Tiger representative right there, Rusty KUNTZ, leading off versus Danny Jackson. KUNTZ relegated to a backup role, pops it up to second. There's one down. My apologies, I need a little bit of coffee there. I feel a little bit hoarse already. One down here is Johnny Ray. Full count to Ray. A ground ball to short for out number 2. A 10-pitch at bat. 2 quick ones for Danny Jackson. And then Dale SVEUM hits a ground ball to second, and that will do it. A 1-2-3 inning. We go to the top of the second. Tigers are up a pair of runs. Glenn Wilson will lead off. He's only batting .219 versus right-handers. .225 overall. And once you know it, he gets a leadoff single into center field. So Wilson is on. We're going to drop down a sac bunt, play a little small ball here. Baker is leading the American League in sacrifice bunts, I believe. A comebacker to Patterson, and Patterson only plays to go to first. So Wilson is in scoring position for Gibby. Gibby started off the game with a walk. Scored on the RBI by Brett. He takes strike 3 looking for out number 2. Here's Trammell. Singled the first time up. He's got a 1-0 count. And a high fly ball into left center field, deep, almost to the warning track for out number 3. So we tried to do a little small ball there. Did not work out in our favor. We go to the bottom of the second. And Joel Skinner, the catcher, leading off. He's batting .253, 24 home runs. We saw this team's power yesterday. They had 5 dongs. Oh no! Glenn Wilson drops the ball in right field. That means we are about to get moguled like crazy. I was just commenting how they have 5 batters with more than 20 home runs right now in their everyday lineup. Okay, well, there's nothing to do now but take a beating. Yeah, there's the walk. We're just going to push the buttons. Nothing else we can do. Base at the left. How many will they score is the question. Yep, there's nothing we can do about it. So we're just pushing buttons here. Can't stop it from happening until it decides it's done. We just have to... I mean, Danny Jackson's just going to take as much as he can take here. So they get 4 runs. One of them's unearned. Oh, I thought that was going to be a double play for sure. Yeah. So they get 4 runs on because of the error by Wilson. I mean, there's nothing we could do to stop it. All you can do is push the button when the game makes that decision. And now this game is over. Oh no! Kenny Smith decides to go Apotaco. His 22nd home run. That is his first home run in well over 20 games. It's 4-3. I still think this game is definitely done. The game would not manufacture those 4 runs like that unless there was no chance to win this game. Bass was safe on an error by the third baseman Hulett, but it doesn't matter. I mean, Danny Jackson's going to have to pitch. How are we not getting double plays? Because they have to score runs, right? Force the runner at home. And then Rusty Kuntz pops out. Jackson's at 83 pitches already. Well, this game is going to be a lot quicker than yesterday's game. I guess we just let Doug Baker swing. I mean, he already tried to lay down a bunt and was successful. It didn't lead to anything. But give him a base hit to right. Oh, wait. No, is that going to be caught? Oh, come on, man. Gibson's going to gap it. Can Wilson score from first? Of course not. Why would we think that would happen? So Trammell's going to pop up here. Yep. We're going to have him try to score. Hey, Wilson's safe. Game is tied. And then George Brett is on an RBI streak now. Grounds out to short. So we've come back and tied it up. We're just going to keep pitching Jackson. Hey, he gets a double. Jackson up to 90 pitches now. And Sap Randall, 0-1 count. Ground ball to second. And that'll do it. Moving on to the fifth. I mean, when you got two number 5 starting pitchers, you can't expect a lot of 1, 2, 3 innings. Okay, Kenny Smith breaking out of it here. He's got a home run, a single. He goes to second on an error. That's the third error of the ball game. Second one by the White Sox. The defense, they're not helping out the number 5 starters. And Kevin Bass, another RBI single. Fuck you. How is Kenny Smith out from second base with a 90% chance? This game could suck it. Yeah, this game just frickin' blows. Unbelievable. So dumb. And then Reggie Patterson walks Wilson, a guy that doesn't ever take a walk. That's going to do it. They're going to bring in Jim Siwi. I believe that's the proper name to spell that. Way to spell that. Proper way to pronounce that. Sorry, I'm actually really pissed off right now at this game. I'm having a rough day anyway. My car's in the shop after I had a battery replaced in it yesterday. It's a hybrid, so it's complicated. And then my frickin' taillights wouldn't turn off, so I had to leave my taillights on all night last night. And I took it in this morning. They're like, oh, well, you got to leave it all day again, you know. So, like, I'm just kind of pissed off about that already. And now this game is just grinding my gears. Bases are loaded for Doug Baker. 2 down, though. 1-2 count. Yeah. This game truly sucks. I mean, it seems irresponsible to let Danny Jackson pitch another inning. He's given up 5 hits. He's walked 5 batters. The fact that we're still in it at this point is somewhat of a miracle in and of itself. So we'll bring in Frankie LaCourte. He does have a higher endurance for a reliever. He's kind of a long relief option, so this will be helpful today. He's going to have to give us at least 2. And you see his numbers. He's done well for us in kind of an emergency free agent pickup. So good job by him. Let's see if he can handle Kittle, Hewlett, and Rod Allen. Kittle with the ground ball to first. 1 down. Hewlett strikes out as LaCourte just dumps it into the strike zone. And Rod Allen pops it up. Great job. That's exactly what we needed. I mean, we've kept them off the board other than that second inning outburst. Moving on to the 6th inning. Tigers have 8 hits, and yet we've just left so many runners on base. Gibson goes to left field for a base hit. Yeah. Like I'm even going to bother. We'll hit and run again. This worked in the 1st inning. Gibson's speed has dropped down 1 point to 84, for what it's worth. Gibson on second. Okay, George Brett, another chance to drive in a run. Brett's average is up to 310. Oh, no. Nice fly ball to center. We're going to send him. Gibby's safe at third. I don't know if it's going to make a difference or not. But Terry Kennedy's the guy you want up there, although he's in a little bit of a slump, it feels like now. Yep, got sawed off. Pops it up. Bottom of the sixth inning. LaCourte threw 7 pitches in his first inning of work. Yeah, here we go. The old walk strikeout combo, because of course, why wouldn't the game do that every single time? We're going to guard the lines with Johnny Ray. I mean, the guy leads in doubles, right? So we've got to protect ourselves versus a double. A ground ball to short. And a double play gets us out of the jam. Great job by Frank LaCourte. We're going to the top of the seventh. Here is Kenny Smith. We'll look at the in-game stats here. Kenny Smith, 2 for 3 with a home run. 1-2 count and a double into the gap. Do we want to go for 3? Hell yeah, we do! Yes! Oh, God. I think I would have snapped my laptop in half if he would have been thrown at third. I can almost guarantee you I would have flipped my desk over. We're going to go on contact with Kevin Bass. A 2-0 count to Bass. And a base hit. Tigers take the lead. I don't feel good about it, but we'll take it. It's 5-4. Bass 3 for 4 today. We're going to hit and run with Jim Dwyer. Dwyer's got a hit. 0-1 count. Ground ball to third. That will get... Oh, it's another error! Okay, now the game has completely swung the pendulum the other direction, where the White Sox can't do anything right. That is the third error today. The second one, I believe, by HULETT. So there's still nobody out. I think we have to let Glenn Wilson just take a cut here. He is 1 for 1 with 2 walks, which is absurd. There's a ground ball to first. Is Bass going to be thrown out? Oh, Bass scores on that. Dwyer goes to third. We didn't even have the hit and run on. Or the go on contact, I don't think. So now we will put the go on contact with Dougie Baker up. Baker's 0 for 2 with the sac bunt. And a comebacker to Seaweed. Dwyer is out at the plate. So he had to be out. That's why it hit it back to the pitcher. Couldn't hit it anywhere else and have him be out. So that's great game design. And then out number 3. So we get 2 runs under shady circumstances as it is. And we will take out Frank LaCourte, who did a great job. Let's bring in Kami. I feel like we haven't seen him a lot lately. He's having an elite level season. Look at his spritz. He gets everybody out, but especially righties, which is dumb, since he's a left-handed pitcher. But, you know, that's the way the game is. Here we go. Dale SVEUM, he's 0 for 3 with a strikeout. High fly ball into left center field. Gibby coming on, making the catch. There's a chance that one might have fell in. Joel Skinner's not going to miss it. Up against the wall for a double. After yesterday's 7 home runs, there's only been 1 today. And that is by Kenny Smith. Randall, a line drive to right. 2 down for Ron Kittle. Kittle crushes lefties, but Comstock gets righties out at a torrid pace. Something's got to give. It's going to be Kittle. Strike it out. We're going to the top of the 8th inning. Seaweed's coming out for another inning of work. Alan Trammell leading off. Trammell's 1 for 3 with the ribby. That was way back in the first. Striking out. Here's George Brett. He's 0 for 4. He lines out the left. And Kennedy 0 for 4 today. Wow. Kennedy taking an 0 for 5. So I have a feeling he is definitely not going to win the batting title. Great job by Keith Comstock. I guess we bring in Dave Smith. He didn't get anybody out in yesterday's game. Bottom third of the lineup, though. Tim Hewlett gets hit by a pitch. Dave Smith, wow. Absolutely horrible. That was 4 batters in a row that he couldn't even get out. Good job by Trammell going to third to get the force. Although, why not frickin' go for a double play? That run wouldn't have meant anything anyway. That's so dumb. Unbelievable. Well, you go to third again, idiot. So stupid. That would have been the third out, potentially. All right. Well, if they're going to get it, they're going to get it here. It's Johnny Ray. All of them to Trammell. And we get out of it. We go to the 9th inning. They're bringing in Dewey Robinson. By the way, Dewey Robinson is not the closer. Despite having 25 saves, they swapped him out for Roger Weaver, who came in and got the win in relief yesterday. Former Tiger. All right, Kenny Smith leading off. It's Smith and Bass who have been our 2 best hitters. Smith is 3 for 4. It's been a good bounce back game for him. Grounding out to second. 1 down. Here's KB. Of course, he strikes out. And Dwyer, he gets a base hit in the center field. 2 for 5 on the day. And Glenn Wilson, 1 for 2, 2 walks and an RBI. That's the Glenn Wilson you know. Okay, we're going to the 9th inning. We're going to bring in the mother. It's Dave Rucker. He's our last bullpen arm. He's got to get it done. He's closed a lot of games for us as a left-hander. And this is good for us because he's a lefty who gets righties out also. I don't understand why, but it happens. So these switch hitters are going to turn around, bat right-handed. Should give us the, the advantage, but who knows? Defensively, we're going to take out Smith and bring in Barry Larkin. So that's a big upgrade. Here we go. Dale's fame. Ooh, and it finds Barry Larkin. 1 out. Joel Skinner full count, and he walks him. That's going to bring the tying run to the plate. 1-2 count. Randall popping it up. Shallow right center field. I guess Baker goes back and makes the catch. And it's down to Ron Kittle, who does hit lefties well. Much like with Comstock. It's going to be a tough out. Deep to center field. It looks catchable for Bass. And the Tigers get back to their winning ways. They win 6-4 in ridiculous fashion. Handshakes, butt slaps, sloppy steaks. I guess a win is a win. But that was a bullshit game. Completely manipulated by the AI. Had nothing to do with whatever I did. And what do you know? Hey, what a surprise. Boston continues to win. Why not, right? Because why would they lose? California 3 up on Oakland. And the Mets have won 12 in a row. LA's won 10 in a row. Atlanta's lost 11 in a row. Boston's won 9 in a row. So this is the game setting things right with the win-loss record versus the Pythagorean, I think. Let's take a look at the headline news. Von Hayes has 4 RBIs, but it's not enough. Von Hayes' total is only 50. The Indians just don't know how to put a lineup together. Stephon Weaver limits Seattle to 3 hits. Is he won 10 games this year? Oops, I hit box score like a chump. That's not what I meant to do. Scouting. There we go. He's 6-5. Okay, that's it. Transactions. Oh, we got some stuff going down. The Padres signed Rick Honeycutt for the rest of the season. He's in AAA. He's not particularly good. He's never really pitched much in our sim, and yet he is on the roster. Gerald Perry of the Mets gets an extension. He was traded to the Mets as they were collecting first baseman on that team for some reason. One of many. Looks like he's got the everyday role, and they've extended him. Got to adjust that. And then, unfortunately, the Mets are losing one of their ace pitchers for a little over 2 weeks. He'll be back in time for the playoffs. No big deal. Okay, let's pull up the box score and get out of here. Player of the game, I guess we give it to Kenny Smith for the first time in what seems like quite a while. I hope he gets back on track. He went 3 for 5. Kevin Bass actually had the game-winning RBI, though, didn't he? He had a triple and a double and a single. He only needed a double for the cycle. I guess I didn't realize that. We're definitely going to give him the player of the game honors. Frank LaCourte coming in, gets a win in his first game back from AAA, and Dave Rucker shuts him down for his third save. Jim Seawee is 0-3 on the season. Okay, we're going to come back tomorrow. Now, just as a heads up, I think most of my games for the foreseeable future will be later releases in the day, just to let you know. So I will continue to do a video every day. I have some other obligations right now, but I will get videos up. It just may be late on the East Coast time. So just a heads up there. All right, we'll see y'all tomorrow. Have a good one.